They're out on their own in the field a lot of the time, so field support is very important. They have the great wines, you've given them the tools, you've given them the wines, but sometimes they just can't quite crack a particular account. So visit the accounts on a regular basis. You're not checking up on your salespeople unless they're weak. But generally, and this point was made yesterday, don't focus on what people are bad at, focus on what they're good at, and I completely agree with that point that the first speaker made. But sometimes you might need to go to an account with them and you'll see something that they didn't see. You might see a particular, something on the shelf in a retailer or something on the wine list that perhaps they didn't see, and you can coach them afterwards so that they will, have some kind of a breakthrough. A big thing, I don't know if you know, it's the jargon work with, and I know many of you are in the business, so you'll probably know. The work with is when your supplier comes to town and they want to see where are their wines performing, what restaurants are they in, especially if they're more premium restaurants. They want to see the retailers that they're in. But as you probably know, if you've been a sales reps hate doing work withs. But more than sales reps hate doing work with, their clients hate them even more. They don't want to have to spend the time meeting with suppliers, with some exceptions, of course. If it's a blue chip domain, if somebody's some kind of Bordeaux aristocracy, they might get a kick out of meeting somebody. But generally speaking, they're going to have to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes going through a tasting, sitting down when they don't have the time in the day. So it's important to really rethink that. And there's many ways of doing that. So rather than going out and trying to visit 5 or 6 accounts or more with one of your reps, have a breakfast. Maybe you do a breakfast for your reps. So you have a get together and all the reps meet your supplier, and they can build rapport with them. I've always found that when people have met the supplier, that they just feel a lot more engaged. They feel a little bit more skin in the game with those particular products, and they're more willing to give them that extra push when a supplier leaves. So supplier and rep relationships are very important to nurture. But then also think about what else you can do during the day. Maybe you can do a lunch meeting for a set of clients. Certainly go out and see some accounts, but don't make the supplier visit all about the work with. Maybe there's a dinner for select clients. Maybe there's an after-hours event for sommeliers. So think about other ways that are more engaging and more interesting rather than the traditional work with. The most difficult people to get people to meet will be export managers. They're not the winemaker and the wine grower with dirt under the fingernails. You'll have a little higher chance of success with, but based on on who's visiting, you can sort of adjust the activities for the day